Alrighty, right. So someone on Discord asked me what I meant last time with your edge is your profit. And I was probably a little bit ambiguous about it, or I just brushed over it. So the edge is the probability of Polymarket, or the implied probability by the prices of the tokens on Polymarket, and your predicted probability, or the true probability. And that difference is quite literally, I will show you in algebra, your expected profit. If you were having an event that would happen over and over again, and the true probability, the difference of the probability that you pay on Polymarket, the implied probability, that is the profit that you will make over time if you would play this game again and again. That is really just why you might want to use machine learning like linear regression to estimate or classify probabilities on Polymarket, and then see if there is a difference between that probability and the implied probability on Polymarket. And the proof is actually quite simple. I will show you. I just made a small animation for that. And we go through some math. So we simply have the probability true and the probability implied. Ignore the text part. That is the LaTeX not really working with the animation. But in general, you can say that your payout, if you win on Polymarket, is simply $1. So if you predict something will happen and it happens, then you get $1. And you might want to think about what is the price that you pay. And the price that you pay is simply the implied probability, and the implied probability is the price on the token on Polymarket. That is the probability that Polymarket people imply with their prices, or what they're willing to pay for. That is the chance that they give to this token. And your profit then obviously is that $1 minus the implied probability. So this is pretty much all you have to remember here. The probability of winning is P true, and that is what we're trying to estimate. And the probability of losing, then, because probability is sum to 1, is obviously 1 minus P true, or the difference of that. So we calculate the expected value, and I know you're probably tired of me talking about expected value, but it's really just super important in trading and in Polymarket, especially in prediction markets. That is really like the one concept that you just have to understand. So the expected value is the probability of you winning times your profit plus the probability of you losing times the loss. And the loss is negative. I just taken the minus sign out of the equation here. That's why there is a negative sign over here. And this, if we fill in the variables that we had earlier, is just P true times 1 minus P implied, which is our profit, right? The difference of $1 and what we paid for that $1 if that was true. And the probability of us losing, which is the 1 minus the probability of the event being true. And P implied, which is the cost that we paid for. And obviously we lose whatever we paid for that token, so that is our loss. And now we simply take away the brackets, and we will try to do some algebra. You might see it already, but P true, P implied cancels out. So you can take this away, right? It's a plus something minus that something, so it just goes away. And what we have left with is the expected value. So P true minus P implied. That is your edge. Like, that is quite literally your edge. So the expected value of you playing this way on Polymarket is quite literally, this is the rule that you can go by. And if you continue by this rule, and if that value is always positive, you will win money. You cannot lose on Polymarket. Like, this is impossible. So whatever you come up with, try to always make sure that the price you pay, the implied probability on Polymarket, is less than the real probability of that event happening. And if that is the case, you will never lose money on Polymarket or any other prediction markets, as long as your estimate of P true is within a very high confidence level. The variation or the difference of it does not overlap over to probability implied. So I give you an example. If you were to toss a coin and you know this coin is rigged, but you don't know exactly how much, but Polymarket thinks that heads by 60% of the chance, then if you estimate with whatever reasoning you come up with that it's between 80 and 70%, then whatever you do, it's fine, because 80 and 70% is well above 60%. So you can very confidently keep betting on that event. And over time, you will make between 10 and 20 cents on every time you play this game per one share. But if your confidence level is not confident enough that that range is so narrow, then it could be that, say, for example, it's somewhere between 70 and 50%. Then you will actually come up with an expected value of 0, given that it's normally or uniformly distributed. And worse, if it's heavy-tailed, then maybe you will even end up with a loss because your confidence is not good enough. And I have tools on Wenger. I think you might remember that is just the estimation tool where AI can help you with that, or you can just come up with your own rules and try to estimate with some Monte Carlo estimation the probabilities of some event given some reasoning and Fermi estimation. Okay, that is it. I just wanted to quickly answer this question, and I thought it would be a fun thing to animate, and that's why I made it.